just sitting here in studio at First Star Logistics, and we're glad that you joined us and thinking about the 2025 schedule. I'm telling you, no cupcakes. A lot of challenges on this schedule. The NFL in some ways are really challenging the Cincinnati Bengals, but overall, I think they're very, very fair as they try to be. Scheduling 32 teams in the NFL has to be a nightmare. I mean, 32 teams times 18 games, 18 weeks, 17 games, and multiplying that out. I mean, the gajillion of potential matchups are just incredible. So the league takes great pride in being as fair and equitable as they possibly can. And I do think that when you take a look at the Cincinnati Bengals schedule, for the most part, I think the league was very, very good to the Cincinnati Bengals overall. 9 of their 17 games at home, 8 away. Before the bye week, 5 home games, 4 on the road. After the bye week, 4 home games, 4 on the road. So once again, very equitable in that regard. You know, not making it super tough at the start of the season with a bunch of away games, super tough at the end of the season with a bunch of away games. But I do think as you look at the very early stages of the schedule and the late portion of the schedule, early on, the Bengals are challenged. 2 out of their first 3 games are on the road. 3 out of their first 4 games are on the road. 4 out of their first 6 contests are on the road. Man, when I would take a look at schedules, the first thing I do is where are the division games? That was vitally important. This schedule, it's interesting because they open up at Cleveland against the Browns. They finished the season with the Cincinnati Bengals playing the Browns in Cincinnati. So that's the 10th time in franchise history that the Bengals have opened the season with Cleveland, either home or away. 10 times they've played the Cleveland Browns to start the season. 2 times in the last 3 years, they've opened the season with the Browns and closed the season with the Browns. So the division matchups are obviously big. And having Cleveland to start the season and end the season, very, very important, very, very big. Got to take those 2 games extremely seriously. For the second time in franchise history, the Bengals play on Thanksgiving. The only other time, 2010, against the New York Jets. And Thanksgiving this year on November 27th, Thursday Night Football on NBC is in Baltimore. It's brutal. And that's a tough football game. In weeks 13 to week 16, unbelievable for the Cincinnati Bengals. Big challenge. November 27th, Thanksgiving. We've already mentioned that. Thursday night, they play the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Then December 7th, they got to go to Buffalo and play a game at 4:25 kickoff. So Thursday night, they have a long week, basically. They have extra days to prepare for the Bills. They go to Buffalo and play at 4:25. Then on December 14th, they've got the Baltimore Ravens. And then they finish on the 21st of December at Miami, Sunday Night Football. Could be hot down there. I know that was always a big deal when we played. When we were playing the Miami Dolphins or a team from Florida, Tampa Bay, whatever it was, you'd look and say, oh, man, I hope we get them. If we're on the road, I hope we get them early in the year. Because, man, I know it's going to be hot, but, you know, at least we'll be preparing in hot weather. It's going to be hot as a firecracker down there, but at least be warm where we're getting ready for the football game. At the end of the season like this, it's still warm down there in Miami, and you're practicing in the cold. You might be practicing indoors. And, you know, if you're going down to play the Dolphins, the coach is going to say, yeah, we better practice outside. You at least want to be exposed to practicing outdoors if, in fact, the weather conditions don't preclude getting anything done. I mean, if it's so cold out there, you can't complete a pass, why go out there? But that one's going to be a little bit of a challenge, too, to play the Miami Dolphins down there on December 21st. So it's going to be interesting. The Bengals, fewest air miles in the National Football League. The league was kind to the Cincinnati Bengals. Their biggest trip, longest trip, Monday Night Football in Denver on September 29th. That's going to be a challenge. Based on last year's football game, it's going to be a blood in the eye for both of the football teams. I'm telling you, that one's going to be a heck of a matchup. On the 14th of September, the Bengals, it's their first home game. They're going to open in orange. They're going to wear orange jerseys, orange pants. It's going to be a orange out against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's going to be an interesting game to take a look at. Another 4-game stretch in this season that I think is a big challenge for the Cincinnati Bengals. September 29th, go to Denver. We mentioned they're playing the Broncos out there, Monday Night Football. Broncos are a well-coached football team. A little bit of blood in the eye over the game last season. The Denver Broncos, Mile High Stadium, that's another one. They're going to Miami to play the Dolphins in the heat. That's a factor. Going to play the Broncos, Mile High, that's hard to get ready for that environment. Been there, done that as a player. I mean, I hope the Bengals go out there just a little bit early to try to start to make the adjustment into the change, the Mile High, the thin air, not as much oxygen. Literally, you're 5,280 feet above sea level, and you're Mile High. And the stadium is even higher than that, above sea level. So it takes a while. Your blood thins. It takes a while, and your blood carries the oxygen. That's why you start to become oxygen deprived. And so you got to make a little bit of an adjustment out there. And maybe the Bengals go out a day early than they normally would on road games to make that little bit of an adjustment. September 29th, playing them, the Broncos, out there on Monday Night Football, tough. Then you get the Lions at 4:25, the Packers at 4:25, back-to-back NFC North division teams that are tough, physical football teams. Detroit went 15-2 last year. I mean, this football team is serious. They've got a quarterback. They're physical. They're gonna test you. They're gonna compete. The Green Bay Packers have a lot of talent. They've got a very talented roster. They got to go up to Green Bay and play against the Packers. You never know what kind of weather you're going to get up there. You could have an early cold snap up there in Green Bay. That's happened before. And then you come back to finish it October 16th against, Thursday night, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who will be the quarterback? You think Aaron Rodgers will be a Pittsburgh Steeler? I wonder. Aaron Rodgers. That would be an interesting football game. And boy, would the NFL love that if he's the starting quarterback against Joe Burrow on Thursday Night Football. So maybe if the league has anything to say about it, maybe Aaron Rodgers will be a Pittsburgh Steeler. But that's going to be a great football game no matter what anyway. And then, of course, we talked about the 4-game stretch beginning on Thanksgiving at the Ravens, at the Buffalo Bills, Ravens in Cincinnati, the Miami Dolphins. We already hit that bad boy. I mean, this schedule, you better bring physicality. Playing against the NFC North, the Lions, the Packers, the Bears. I mean, physical football teams. Come on now, the Buffalo Bills, physical football team. New England Patriots in the AFC East as well. Vrabel is now the New England Patriots head coach. All about physicality. The Cincinnati Bengals lost the opener last year, 2024, here at Paycor Stadium to the New England Patriots. Come on now. Everybody's got to remember that. Talk about blood in the eye. It's got to be a bloody eye with that one. And Vrabel, we all know the type of player he was, physical football player. He believes in physicality as a head football coach. That's going to be a very, very demanding football game as well. So up and down, there's not one game where you look at it and you say, you know what, this football team, they're soft. They're not really going to challenge you physically. The Bengals every single week are going to have to bring the physicality to the table against these football teams, because every single one of these guys are going to bring it. You got to realize that. Finally, the last thing, and a good thing, with 7 of the last 11 games of the schedule being played at Paycor, I like the Bengals odds. I know the odds makers are going to like the Bengals odds. They'll be putting money on the Bengals as the home favorite. They don't like losing money. That's why they drive nice cars, live in good homes, and all that sort of thing. I really think that's a big deal as the Bengals are trying to qualify for a playoff spot, whether it's winning the division, a wild card team, a seed. You want as high a seed as you possibly can get. 7 out of 11 games at Paycor to get it done to finish the season, I think is a factor. Overall, some good, some not as good. Typical schedule. NFL schedule is what it is. You take it 1 week at a time. Cincinnati Bengals, I think we're treated fairly by the National Football League. Dave Lapham here. While games are over for the season, there's no off-season for In the Trenches with Dave Lapham or First Star Logistics. First Star Logistics gave away great prizes during the season, which will continue with exclusive content in the First Star Media Group YouTube channel. So please, do me a favor, subscribe to In the Trenches, hit the like button, and visit the First Star Media Group YouTube channel for exclusive content and special giveaways.